Hi, this is Bruce, the last nail, and I'm up here. This is like, I think, one of the first times I'm doing a complete nature vlog. It's a Saturday. I'm up here at the top of Sunshine Canyon above Boulder, between Boulder and if we go up the road up here, up towards the mountains, we'll hit Gold Hill. Come on for the ride with me and let's see what happens. So I wanted to come out today to see if I could get some fall color out here in the beautiful mountains of Colorado. Swing back here, that's about as far as I could get in. That mountain that you see straight ahead, I believe that's Audubon, and that's would be a 13er. And if we look to the right, in the back, one of the mountains that you see back there would be St. Vrain, and that was the first 12,000 foot mountain that I've climbed. I have not climbed Audubon. I have climbed Flora. Flora is a 13,000 foot peak, and then Gray's was the only 14er that I've hiked up. And that was about 9 years ago on September 11th of 2011. So this stop here, which is about a mile up the road from the last stop, this is the site of Rocky Mountain Lodge, number 3 of Colorado Gold Hill, from June 1861 to November 1862. So originally chartered, number 8 by the Grand Lodge of Nebraska. Of course, this was before Colorado became a state. June 5th, 1861, it was one of 3 lodges which organized the Grand Lodge of Colorado at Golden City, Colorado Territory. So Colorado was a territory at that point in time. One member, J.M., I might have to look that up because it looks like it was cut out for some reason, was elected first most worshipful Grand Master of Masons. So this is erected by the Masons. In fact, on top where you see that kind of the compass and the G, that is that's one of the symbols of Masonry. Erected in 1956. That was the year I was born. So here's a little bit of fall color up here. Of course, these are aspens. It's a grove or a small grove of aspens. And if we swing around here, I had to adjust, I had to make an adjustment because I've got my camera totally on manual exposure. This is where an area where one of our devastating forest fires in Colorado hit at some point. I'm not really sure. Oh, this is probably the fire that hit a few years ago. Hit a couple of these canyons because this is a fairly new burn. And here's that same grove of aspens. And guess who came along with me today? So when I say, will you come along with me, I actually had to take her on that and say hi to Keeli. She says hi back. Cool. So we're further on up the road, probably another mile, and some more of the shimmering aspen trees, getting a little bit of wind too. In fact, right now we're getting a nice gust. Go over to the right. I don't know what you can see over there, but kind of off in the haze. I'm trying to darken it a little bit. I don't know if that's working, but that's Long's Peak. Long's is all part, Long's is part of St. Vrain. It's all part of Rocky Mountain National Park. Okay. Right here, looking down, I'm in kind of a beautiful field of quartz. And where there's quartz, there's usually gold. It's probably why they call this area Gold Hill. There's probably been gold strikes of gold here in the past. There's probably still gold here. I don't know how much or if it's really worth going after. We're still heading our way up to the town of Gold Hill. So Keeli and I are now in the small historic town of Gold Hill, Colorado. This place is really cool, especially a day like today. It's just so comfortable up here. It's a little breezy and not too hot, not cold at all. And here's all the mailboxes. Okay, now here's the tiny shop info. Well, that's love letters only. But, you know, I have to tell you what this looks like. I guess I don't have to tell you what this looks like. But I think it, something with the word out in it. Let's go over here and see what the sign says. It says, Cowboy Sweetheart Jewelry. And here's one. I'll say his name. Here's one for Adam. This looks like a classic fire engine alert for Adam the Woo.
Get a load of the birdhouses.
It says American LaFrange. Here's the front of this old rusted classic fire truck. Keeli had mentioned just a few minutes ago to get a load at all the birdhouses. This property to the right of where I am may be private property, so I don't just want to go on there and there's some people up there talking. So this is the Gold Hill Inn. They are closed right now. Keely's just sitting down like we've both been here for the last 100 years, just looking at all the traffic go by. Now she wanted to make a point that I saw this plaque. Kind of reminds me of Louisville at the Huckleberry. This property has been placed on the National Register of Historic Places by the United States Department of the Interior. And of course they're closed.
Check out these.
Established 1962.
Not beautiful?
That looks like an oak barrel that's not an oak barrel anymore. I don't know if that's cast iron or tin. It's all rusted.
Love it. I absolutely love it.
But it's become a planter. This looks like a wrought iron chair. Pretty cool stuff around here.
Yeah, and look at this. How this is made.
And looking over here, it looks like a log, probably originally a log style cabin. Looking at that, it's got, that looks like stucco in the middle to help provide further insulation. Because boy, I'll tell you, it probably gets very cold up here during our winters.
Established 1962.
So this is the Bluebird Lodge, Casey's Table d'Hote, and it looks like there's a private party. This is also on the National Register. You can see the plaque there, National Register of Historic Places. Looks like it's built the same way with cut logs and stucco in between the logs to supply further insulation. Here's another classic truck alert. This is a Dodge Power Wagon, and I have no idea what year that is. It's very possible this one is still running. And this is the Red Store. It looks like handmade and local. Here's a sign: stained glass, pottery, masks, t-shirts, painting, weavings, jewel, cards, and more. Of course, if I go into these places, I'm probably going to be looking for cast iron, especially cast iron skillets. Wouldn't you know, speaking about skillets, it's right at the intersection of Skillet Road, or Lick Skillet Road. I don't know if I would want to lick a hot skillet, though. That'd be a nice way to burn your tongue. As you enter Gold Hill from the east and going west, find that it was established 1859. We're at an elevation of just over 8,400 feet. Population right now is probably a little bit more, maybe, but 118. They even have it totaled for you. And here's looking down into Gold Hill from the main road going through town. This house over here, what was this, built in the 1800s? Well, one of the occupants of this home here knew the artist Georgia O'Keeffe, whom I'm a big fan of. I think her erotic paintings and her Southwest paintings are just absolutely incredible. I guess Georgia O'Keeffe knew this woman, and she was coming through Colorado. She lived down in Abiquiu, New Mexico, but as she was coming through Colorado, she visited her friend at this home. And here's the Red Store. maybe what I can do at some future time is come back here and get a little bit more into depth into the history. Okay, here's the Bluebird Lodge. This might get me a little shaky because I've got this on my tripod.